Thanks again for tuning back into the channel. This week's video is a review of the Huion Kamvas Pro 27 4K UHD resolution screen, which is heaven. It's absolutely heaven. So that's the review done. You don't need to know any more, but please hang around just to see how it actually works. What we'd like to start with though is if you are an editor, if you edit photographs, if you paint, if you digitally draw, anything like that, and you're relatively new to tablets, pen displays, anything like that, definitely consider one. Definitely, it's more natural. I edit quite a lot because I enjoy the creative side. I do a lot of different imagery, from graphic design to photography to painting. I do a lot, and a lot of it now has these days moved over to the digital platform. But it's so much easier to use a pen to draw, and this is my own. This is a Huion Q11K, I think it is, and it's so much easier being able to draw like that than draw like that. There's less fluidity when you are drawing, painting or editing when you're working with a mouse compared to that. It's more natural. Ergonomics comes into it. Plus, if you're doing a lot of it, you don't want wrist strain or elbow strain. You don't want that you want to be able to walk away and feel I've achieved something and I'm not sore, especially when you're sitting at a computer for however long you're sitting. And to be honest, I wouldn't sit too long. So this is my preference, and this is my recommendation, that you actually get a tablet or a pen display depending on what you want to work with, and it will make your editing, your editing will actually become quicker and more fluid. It will take you 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes to become used to it and become used to the eye-hand coordination. If it's a screen, it's straight on there. If it's a tablet, you have to work here, then looking at your screen. This will take less than 10 minutes and it will all fall into place, and then you'll never look back. So let's dive straight into the Huion display. Right out of the box, it's a 27-inch screen that you work on. It's a laminated screen that's very smooth. It comes with a glove so that you are not putting any finger grease or that on it. The display itself also is touchscreen. Now, I've turned mine off. I prefer still to work with the shortcuts, but you just put your fingers on it and twist and it moves, and you can turn that on and off via buttons at the top right hand side of the screen. At the moment though, I have turned mine off so that I'm just using the normal shortcuts, and you probably wonder why, instead of just zooming in with a pinch and turning. It's just the way I work. I'm finding it at the moment easier to work that way. The screen itself boasts a 4K UHD resolution, which is perfect for highly detailed work, whether you are zooming into work or zooming back out and just working full screen. It works remarkably well. The colours are vibrant and accurate, which allows for precise colours when you are editing. The Kamvas Pro comes with two pens, the PW600 and the PW600S, for longer use. And both of the pens offer 8192, if I've got that right, levels of pressure sensitivity and a plus minus 60 degree tilt function, which means the pens are incredibly responsive, allowing for fine variations in the thickness and opacity depending on how hard you press. The tilt function is particularly useful for shading and achieving more dynamic strokes, and both these pens are battery free, which means you don't have to worry about charging them. And when it comes to the pen holder itself, there are spare nibs, as I mentioned, and a nib remover, and the pen holder is actually the case for the styluses. The screen is also laminated, which reduces the parallax effect to practically zero. I have to admit, it was really good using this. It was practically zero when I was editing, and as I mentioned earlier, there is no lag. I never noticed any lag. According to the book, there's a 0.5 millisecond of lag, but you do not notice this whatsoever. Apart from the ergonomics of using a pen, which is more natural than using a mouse for your editing, the amount of pressure applied and the specific areas that you want, you can set a brush to one size and just apply lightly, or keep the brush quite firm and then just apply and use different pressures to get the effect that you're wanting. Just to gently dust in an edit, gently dust in a blend. It's great to use. Tablets and screen displays are absolutely phenomenal to use, and it's one thing that I would heartily recommend to any photographer or editor is get yourself a pen or a pen display and then start editing with it. You will notice the difference within 10 minutes of using them. Positioned at the higher end of Huion's product line, it offers excellent value for its price. Compared to other high-end resolution tablets in the market, it delivers comparable performance at a more accessible price point. This should make it a more attractive option for professionals looking to upgrade without breaking the bank. The anti-glare laminated screen also allowed for different viewing angles when working at it, which was really good because sometimes I'd get up and stand and paint or draw, other times I'd be sitting working at the screen. But what I want to say and what I want to emphasise, which I haven't already, is this screen is massive. It is 27 inches. It is absolutely massive. My desk, I had to move quite a lot around in my desk just to sit it on the desk, and I've got no more room. So if you're considering it, you probably, if you're working with one of these types of screens already and you're considering upgrading, you'll probably know the depth of desk that you will need for this. This is a heavy screen. It's 8 kilograms in weight, but the build quality is solid, and it also comes with legs at the back so that you can have it at a nice angle when you're working. It's also ASC compatible, which means I can put a mount on the back of this and I can put it on a table as well and have it in a mount and actually use it as a second monitor as well, because at the moment I use two monitors. If I happen to own this screen, I honestly would get rid of one of the monitors and have this as my second monitor. Hopefully that lets you see how a professional screen is. Now, you're spending the guts of $2,000 to use this, but at the same time, if that's your profession, that is just a small investment in your entire workflow, and one that I've got to admit, if I had the money, I would purchase one. I would definitely purchase one. It's one of these things that I haven't stopped using. As I mentioned, I haven't stopped using since I've got it. Hopefully you get something from that, and hopefully whether that's just you're now considering getting a tablet. If you don't already own one, you're now considering getting a tablet to edit with. Even if you're using a MacBook or a PC laptop or the PC itself, whatever you're using, you will find that these are so much easier to use and intuitive. Now, with a pen tablet, there is no screen on this, you just draw on that. So what happens is you draw here and you have to look there. Your hand and eye coordination works really, really quickly, so you won't have to worry about or even think about, if I'm here and I'm looking here, it works. It just works. We adapt so quickly to that. But as I say, hopefully you get something from the video. Hopefully it lets you see, try not to knock the mic over, hopefully it lets you see just how good the high-end market professional screen displays are. The screen itself supports USB Type-C, HDMI and DisplayPort, making it compatible with a wide range of devices including PCs, Macs and even some Android devices. This flexibility is great for artists who work across different platforms. However, I would like to mention that as yet the finger touch does not work on a Mac. The keypad mini dial is programmable. It has some functions already set in it, but it's programmable for other functions as well. And you also have a colour display calibration report specific to your screen display. Driver installation process is very straightforward, and this software allows for easy customization of pen pressure, screens, express keys if your tablet or pen has them, and the calibration. Huion have made significant improvements in their software, their driver software, over the years, and it shows in the seamless integration with various creative applications. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.